Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Just got back from North Bay, and wow, didn't expect to be buying another guitar today. However, we went to the North Bay Hawk Exchange pawn shop and picked up this BeaverCreek left-handed. I actually saw this on Marketplace for sale for actually a little bit more than what I paid for it. And we'll get to that. So it's a model BCTD101LBK, I guess black. Anyways, it's not really in tune. The strings are dead. You might need a tetanus shot. Man, I'm serious. They're pretty rotted. But we're going to try and tune it, and if we do fail, of course, well, I guess we'll have to stop the video and come back a little sooner with new strings on it. But otherwise, we're going to see what it's like with these dead strings, and gives us a good comparison, too, at the same time. Yeah, I was actually tuned to E flat. Alright, so now the tuners on this are actually not bad. They're sealed tuners. They're pretty picky though. I'm a little nervous tuning this thing, especially once I get to the B and the E. I did pick up some new strings for it. I'm actually going to put D'Addario 1253 phosphorus bronze on it. So I guess the person on Marketplace gave up trying to sell it, and I wasn't going to pay what they wanted, so they took a bigger bath at the pawn shop, because you're pretty much guaranteed. I paid $119 tax in for this today from the pawn shop. So they likely only got maybe 50, 60 bucks tops for this thing. So, and it's only been in there for a couple of days, and they usually don't bargain at all, even on taxes. But I said, well, the strings are like Tuberculosis Choir, and you know, I did find a couple of spots which may have been gone now. Nope, still there. So I do have a high fret on just the E and the B here that I have to clean up a little bit, but a good fret polish and maybe just a skim off the edge should be perfect, but it's the only fret that's got a problem. Anyways, it tuned, we're safe. Let's try this out, see what it's like with the dead strings. They're probably original strings too, considering how ugly and gross they are. Definitely dead strings. The action on it is actually not too shabby, really. It could probably come down a hair. Not too much, though, because, like I said, we do have that one problem area right up in here. So I'll probably leave the action just the way it is. As far as neck relief goes, yeah, that could definitely use some adjustments. That's got to be about 35 thousandths. That's pretty high. We'll have to bring that back a little bit. Just feeling the top vibration. got me curious in this is the plastic still here? Some people don't even notice that it's there and they don't even take it off. And it would appear well, I think somebody actually did take it off. I can't even get under an edge at all. So that means it's not there. Alright, so you can buy BeaverCreek guitars at Long and McQuaid in Canada here. And they it's out of stock right now, but they do have the BCTD101. These are Dreadnought guitars, obviously. It says the top is Spruce, the back and sides are Agathis. Neck is Nato, fingerboard / bridge is Rosewood, machine heads are Diecast, strings are Dario, woohoo! Bag included. Well, not in this case. They didn't give up their gig bag. That or the pawn shop kept it to sell it separate, or it was a really crummy one and they just threw it in the garbage, which if it's that bad, that's exactly what the pawn shop would do. But if you buy a brand new, you're going to get a brand new gig bag with it. They don't even show us a picture of the gig bag on Long McQuaid's website. And you will find that the natural topped one of the same model, it's got a bigger diameter ring here, which doesn't even look anywhere close to this. So this is actually kind of interesting. I think it's more of a sticker than anything, but yeah, it kind of looks like it. It's a cheap guitar. I mean, you know, $200. It's not bad for brand new. And the fretboard, yeah, it's actually, yeah, it looks like a bound fretboard. Yeah, it is. It's a bound fretboard. What do you know? That's pretty crazy for a cheap guitar. Well, wouldn't be surprising anyway. We've got a little bit of binding around the body here that appears to be 2 layers at least. You've got black on the outside, white on the inside. The back end, it's just black. That's all it is. Whole guitar is black. I got a thing for finding black guitars lately. I don't know what it is. They have a little natural wood part here. They didn't paint it with their little insignia of B for Beaver. Okay, should have put BC for BeaverCreek, but I don't know. Anyways, so let's go change the strings, polish this up. This is like right out of the store, man. This thing's getting a massive cleanup. This will be instant for you though. And all right, guys, we got frets all cleaned up and polished. Repaired our bad fret. It was just on the 2 bottom, the E and the B string down here. Perfect. Pays to have some little tools around. You actually do need a proper crowning tool for it though. But anyways, oiled the fretboard as well, polished up all the frets after I fixed the one, polished the whole body, cleaned it up as best as it's ever going to get anyways. And I think it turned out pretty spiffy. Took a look on YouTube too, and yeah, there's only like 2 videos from one other guy from 3 months ago, and that poor guy had to pay $209.99 Canadian wherever he bought his from, but whatever. It's $195 at Long McQuaid. So we do have sealed tuners as well. I still got to put a strap pin in down on the heel here so that if I want to use a strap I can, but I don't know. I might just leave it without and just play like this, sitting down and yammering with it outside or at the campfire, you know. I did lower the neck a little bit. I took a little bit of relief out. I'm still sitting around about, I'd say pretty close to 20, I'm at about 20, 25. It's a little lower than it was, so, but it's comfy. I didn't want to push it too hard at first, and that truss rod was pretty tight, so it's like, well, it is a cheaper guitar, so you never know. But I also got to watch how straight I put it, or all my work in here is going to be for nothing. But it's fine the way it is, though. It's perfect. No buzzy frets anywhere now, and just wonderful. So let's give this thing a play for you guys. throbby as it was, but it's got real strings on it now. Still got some bass though. You can really hammer on this thing. So for a pretty basic guitar, I mean, it's a Dreadnought full size, so your body better fit it. No electronics in this thing. I don't know if I would put electronics in it, to be honest. I really needed a really, like, I don't care about guitar to play out in the hot weather with. And yeah, black is kind of the stupidest color ever for that because, yeah, it's going to suck in the sun, suck in the heat. Yeah, it's going to get really hot really quick. But hey, man, I got a thing for black lately of finding black guitars. You know, I've got my Yamaha, my Ibanez, and now this all in black. And I'm like, wow, this is just nuts. And for 119 bucks taxing at the pawn shop, I mean, that was actually a good deal, you know. And like I said, right now, Long McQuaid's charging $195. If you're curious, though, they do have the right-handed model, but I don't see blacklisted anywhere, at least not on my Long McQuaid home website. Maybe at one of the other stores. There are 3 left within Ontario. If you are in Ontario, there are 3 of them that are all right-handed. You're going to have to ask about lefty on how to get your hands on one, but BeaverCreek still does make lefties, so they may still do this in a lefty as well. I just don't know. It's not on the website, so you do have to ask in store about that. And if you're not in Canada, well, hey, you know, I mean, whatever sells BeaverCreek. And same as if you're in Canada. If you don't deal with an L&M, just go to any other music store that carries BeaverCreek. I think that in my main opinion on this guitar is it is perfect for beginners. And definitely for the beginner intermediate player, definitely would be fine. It may even last beyond that before you're going to want to upgrade. I really don't know. It's kind of up to you. But even for a guitar for an advanced player like myself to just have something to just beat up and not care about what happens to it, this is a great purchase, you know. And like I said, I only had that one little spot on the 1 fret to fix, and it was just on the E and the B. Little neck adjustment, away we go. Everything's perfect, so. Alright, so I'm going to leave you with that as a 4.5 out of 5. Definitely would recommend this thing. even for the beginner player, but it has to fit your body. That's the big thing. BeaverCreek does have a wide selection of guitars in different sizes for, you know, pretty much little kids to a certain point, obviously, all the way on up. And, you know, never owned a BeaverCreek before, but I gotta tell you, this impresses me more than Denver's. And the Denver's, when I first started messing with them, they were pretty impressive, except for that last 3/4 size one I had rented, and it's like, no. Quality was just not up to what it was prior. It's kind of a shot in the dark when it comes to any guitar, really, to be honest. But you know, I would recommend this over any of the Denvers, though. That's the thing. I really would. BeaverCreek does seem to do much better quality control, much better refinement work too, than what Denver does in comparison. And this is actually less money. If you want a bit of a comparison, check my channel for the Denver DDR or D. I think it's DDR D44 SLA or DDR44 SLA. Just look up Denver guitar on my channel, and you'll find a full-sized, adult-sized Denver guitar up there. And you could compare it, because that would be the comparable to this, even for the, you know, kind of a bit of a price range comparison too. Now the Denver does have much bigger frets, which is nice, but this just plays so nice. And the neck is so nice too. That's it. That's as far as I can get. All right. Thanks and see ya.